conspiracy theory on Donald Trump. I guess I would say this is one for the Ark of the Covenant, and also the fact that Donald Trump's great uncle snagged Nikola Tesla's time machines, right? And laser rays and everything else, and all the information that was hardly worked for and took thousands of dreams and understanding and tons of hours of work, and is all gone and been made into evil when Nikola Tesla made it for good. But back to the Ark of the Covenant that's at Mar-a-Lago, and the conspiracy theory that I have on Donald Trump, I guess I would say, is strange, because we know that the laser rays are being used to take down and use an excuse for smart meters blowing them up from the inside out, when there's technology that's been stolen from Nikola Tesla and also the Nazis that helped kill him, unfortunately. Smothered him and killed him, if you guys didn't know that. And yeah, they got some stuff that Trump's nephew, or not nephew, great uncle did not get. So, and if you ever seen that, The Wonderful World of Baron Trump, it's like an 1800s book. Makes you wonder, you know, all these things together, and then it's a replica of the Ark of the Covenant, and the electricity that promoted from back in the day is just like a curiosity, because the pyramids used to have gold at the top, a gold cap to make a pyramid, and they stole what is it, the crystal ball with the hands inside. And what I think that people that have taken all these things over the years and didn't know is that these things that get taken and never replaced from, I would say, the pyramids, they're not ever going to work again, because those things have been erased from mankind taking all of them, unfortunately. And if they were there, they'd know what the pyramids were made for, and traveling dimensions beyond time and space that they couldn't comprehend. And a lot of people don't know, you know, they say that, like, when people go through wormholes, or when they get transformed or demolecularized, like, say you're going through a black hole and you end up as a particle somewhere else, or the Star Trek episodes where there's like, love Dove up there, she's so cute, where there's like, basically you turn into somebody else on the other side, and you're not the same person when you come out the other side from being transported. And that could be in, you know, like Star Trek, where you're teleported through time and space to another realm, and you're not the same when you come out to the other part of the helm, as they say. But nonetheless, those are some thoughts and some wonderings about the Donald Trump family, and just a curiosity of, you know, why is there a replica of the Ark of the Covenant in there? I would give respect to God and the realm that he comes from, and understand how beautiful that is. But it makes me wonder, because we still haven't found that to this day. And we know that it had electricity, and there was 3 special rings on it to keep people from dying and getting killed. And God said only certain priests can handle it from the Levite nation, which were the priests back then. So, still want to know that. And the Holy Grail, they say, well, the blood of Christ was in that cup. And that it wasn't just something that, was a drinking cup. It was something that was sacred to the people who actually had it and treasured it as a symbolism for the blood of Christ and the holiness. But would I tell you this? You don't need the Holy Grail. You just call upon Yeshua Christ. You call upon God. He's the one that we go to, the eternal one that made us. And no matter what's happened to us or what lives we've lived here on earth, and if it's technology that these people have taken and not given its just worth, because they should have made it for peace and love and caring about each other, and their frequencies, that this whole earth could be like a heaven on earth, that these humans or whatever they are that have discovered the technology could use it in the right way and make it a brighter day for us all. Because you could put these certain frequencies to heal, to help, to love, and for everybody to have the best day possible. You have these ways for people to be on those frequencies and creating good things and positive life and light in other people's lives too, and being there in a way that others could never do. Each individual is like a snowflake. Try not to go around thinking everybody's PCs or you're stuck in a freaking video game or a simulation. There's souls down here, and there's little ones like this silly little dove up here that's totally different than everybody else and not the same. And it's fun to go into other people's worlds. Just remain sane. Keep your light within and the love who God made you, and know who you are truly. Look inside and don't lose that spark, that you originally are. When we're a kid, we imagine great things coming to pass. Don't lose your imagination, because you can make your reality, and it's not just some thought locality. It comes from within, and God's love comes from within in that way. But nonetheless, I wonder about these things, and yes, Trump has a lot of information and technology that the world doesn't have, and I'm really curious about that, but I'll just depend on Abba, my dad, right? Because we don't live here very long, and we're supposed to be strong in this life and not to consider the strife, right? But just think about that. These people that try to hide away and pretend everybody's in a simulation and a PC and just a game. Do they think they love each other or feel each other's pain? I ask you that, and I ask you this. Look deep inside your heart and remember God's bliss, who He is, that is love. That's below and above. Not just for your time on earth, but for all the times and dimensions. Give life its worth. Did you know the human has 11 dimensions in your brain? And it's meant for you to know each one. This is only the third one. When you go to sleep at night, where do you think you do go? When you dream, you go into those higher dimensions. You go into higher thoughts of your mind, your brain, and not just your brain, but in memories. I think, of even past lives. Because I've seen so many, from Egypt to so many parts of the world that I couldn't even mention. It's phenomenal. I don't know how to have that in anybody's comprehension. But it's amazing. And it's phenomenal. And your dreams mean something. It could be a telling of what is to come in your life. It could be something that is past. It could be something that you couldn't imagine. That happens real fast. But nonetheless, feel blessed, feel loved, and know that the time here on earth is short, and that you should enjoy it in ways you never thought you could. And it shouldn't be just something physical in the 3D, but realize you're an interdimensional being from God, and you're having Him look through your eyes. Did you know you have a pineal gland? No disguise. God looks through your eyes and He sees and feels everything you feel. He loves you. He's the most real. And when I think of Him, I think of a world beyond men. I think, like, even when I was a little kid, I would sit there and be looking at the flowers and watching the bees, and how beautiful it was, all the different colors, and this thing's called the Irish moss, and how all the honeybees would be around them. And I would always go over there and stare at the honeybees, and they would all land on me, and they never stung me. And then one day, I actually, by accident, my friend walked up, and I was talking to them and had the honeybee on me, and by accident it stung me, and it actually didn't hurt. It felt like a twitch, but I felt bad for the honeybee because it died afterwards, but maybe, it felt that other person's energy, and it wasn't the same as just when it was me there alone, right? So when you have God, come to Him alone, when you want that true, deep personalization with Him. And then come to Him in prayer with others when you need a prayer answered. And it helps to have your sisters and brothers, because it says when two pray in Jesus Christ's name, it'll be done, right? From the Holy One, the Son. But remember that. Remember that's one of the true things from prayer, is that God loves you and He's really there. Nikola Tesla's mom would always read the Bible to him every night. And he held on to a lot of things that she said to him. And, the greatest ones were that he was love. And in this world, we look for that love. We look for things and ways to have it, and have our heart truly grasp it and not let go. But it's more than knowledge. It's more than a holy grail. It's more than an Ark of the Covenant. When you find God, it's great. Now, I can't say that I probably went through what other people have, since I've been, baptized and all that other good stuff, and loving Jesus and God since I've been a little kid. Like, baptized, I think, at the age of 5. And sometimes people baptize a couple times in their life, and that's okay, but you only need it once. Once is the veil that Christ went in Hebrews 9, I think it is. He broke the veil for all mankind and went in once and saved us all. So you don't have to keep on getting saved or baptized. It happens once. But if you've went away from Him and went astray and went down a material path or lost in some kind of simulation, remember God's creation, and that you're a soul within this world, and it's not about this third dimension. These are the lower realms. You'll be above all these, and it may take some time, but all of us will be above these tiny worlds that we consider realms or dimensions of human comprehensions. So we're under the firmament, but yet the ocean is at the same height as us right now, and there's another ocean beneath us. So there's worlds upon worlds upon worlds, and they're stacked on top of one another, like, what would we call that? I call it a petri dish, God's petri dish, but you can call it whatever you want. But there's worlds inside of worlds, and this place is like a highway, and it's meant for things to travel through it and go through it and learn. So makes me wonder, what has the Trump family learned? What has the Trump family learned from taking all of Nikola Tesla's technology back in the day? And what has happened to it? And what's going on with that Ark of the Covenant? I think all of us would like to know, wouldn't we? What has happened and what is going on? And we know that those cities aren't naturally being burned. And we also know that there's a lot of things going on in the world that shouldn't be, and that God's in control, as He'll always be, for eternity.